Rainbow Six Siege X just dropped with a flurry of new, amazing, awesome features. I mean, everything is great, except this character.
Freak out. I tagged him, bro.
Siege X introduced the rework of the character Clash. And this has quickly become one of the most controversial reworks in the game because, well, of this nifty mechanic where you can attack attacker spawns as a defender.
I got one, kinda, maybe a little bit.
Well, it turns out when you give an operator essentially a mobile mirror, an operator that had a clear shield before, and now you can sit it down in the middle of the ground. Well, I could do things like impact out into strip and just clear the Iana just trying to get out of spawn. And by the way, the clips I'm hitting are on the test server. So we saw this happen real time, and we're letting this go through. Just nothing to see here. A Clash walking into Border Valley spawn, puts the shield down, and I'm literally detected. They have wall hacks on me. That detected outdoors, you see? This is the enemies having wall hacks on my exact position, and I'm fearlessly fighting them in their own spawn. Like in a separate clip on the same map, I literally go out to the valley spawn that I cleared last round. I see it's clear, and now I go to clear front door spawn. I'm literally clearing 2 spawns in one clip. And oh, well, you know, you can counter it by ash charging it, right? Well, take a look. I check this ash charge. Then I put it back down. Hold my east side. Hold Dapper. Hold my east side still.
Yeah?
And then I get that guy. Yep. And now this operator is really balanced! This operator is really balanced! Turns out there's a neat mechanic called clash tricking now, where if you pick your shield up, you can dodge essentially what should have been the counters to Clash, which is ash charges, nades, Cali lances. You just pick it back up, and you just literally dodge it. And I'm gonna be real, during the reveal, I predicted this. This was to nobody's surprise that you could do this. This would be a thing that would happen. You would juggle your shield to be able to dodge things. Look at this clip right here, man. I clear jewelry spawn. I make sure it's clear, and then I go look at the other side. Think it throws a nade at me. I just pick it back up. What if I pick it back up? I put it back down. Ash charge. Throws the ash charge. I pick it back up. Ash charge, you can see it. You can see it. Pause the video. Dapper, that thing on the floor, that little left thing on the floor, that's that rolling ash charge that landed on my shield, but I picked it back up, so it just rendered useless. And now I gotta put my shield back down again and play the mobile Mira, peeking these guys in their own spawn. In their own spawn. Yeah, they have to fight this. I mean, while the shield is slowing them. I mean, I'm horrible. Don't worry about it at the end. Don't worry about the end. Hold on, I own this guy. Okay, the other guy gets away though. Don't worry about the end. But Fett, what about the Gon 6? The Gon 6 is a hard clash counter. Every Siege creator and the developers even suggest using the Gon 6. It's instant. It's literally the craziest counter of all time. Counter argument. Oh, they're on the roof.
They are? Thank you.
And then he takes out his Gon 6, and then I trick it. Oh, wow, would you look at that? Right. It's really hard to dodge a Gon 6.
Got one.
Hey, where are they?
He's on the roof over here on ping.
There's no ping!
I got him. Don't you worry. Okay, let's rewind this back. So it turns out if you are a half decent Clash player, you could just look at the enemy operator and you see that it's an Iana. Right, zoom in on that Dapper. That's an Iana's head. I know Iana has a Gon 6. Iana takes cover, and now I know that the next time this Iana's gonna peek out, guess what? She's gonna pull out her Gon 6, and then bing bang boom. I pick up my shield because guess what? It is blatantly obvious when to use a Gon 6. Now I know if it's closer range or the Clash just has no idea. That it's, you know, you're right. It is a hard counter. It is a good counter. But at the same time, I'm gonna be real. Like at a higher elo level in the game, stuff like that is just not that hard. And actually way worse once you factor in teammates, but I'll get into that later. I think one of the funniest things that happened on stream was while I was going for these Clash Spawn peak clips, a Ubisoft developer actually showed up in my chat. This is NC Jack, really cool guy. No one say anything bad to him. If you do, I will find you because he puts himself on Twitter at the risk of getting flamed for being a game dev, but he loves the game, so W guy, I really love this guy. He was in my chat when I hit this clip. Just look at this clip.
Yo.
Have you thought about
watching your roof, Soapy?
Your location has been compromised.
I'm gonna fucking die. I don't even know what the fuck I'm supposed to be looking for. I'm gonna come into the roof and I'm gonna fucking freak out and die.
No, watch the roof.
I tagged him, bro. Dapper, shut the fuck up. Bitch.
Anyways, that's how you clear a spawn, by the way, chat. And the reason he was in my chat, and also another reason another developer for Siege responded to me on Twitter, is because they wanted to know if I actually thought this would be a broken mechanic. And to that, I showed them a live action Clash spawn peak that I thought was actually viable in games. This way, they cannot walk out of lobby spawn. This one actually I think is not bad at all for like comp, because like you can literally walk back in so safely, and like you delay them until someone comes out the roof. You know what I mean? They can't leave the spawn, and like they have to come to the roof to like help them, and by then I've already delayed them. I've kept this guy in his spawn for like half the round already, and like it's a time delay that like. Yeah, there you go. Like this one's actually not bad for comp. Like that one's not bad for comp actually. And this got me thinking, at a higher level, at maybe pro play level, will this actually be a viable thing? And I think the answer to that is yes. So like on Chalet K9, Clash plays here anyway on Master and Kitchen sites. Contesting outside K9 is already a class position before the rework in pro play. And as you can see right now, I essentially, places I trap are the left side of the rock spawn, forcing attackers to go down the right side, which is less optimal for their path. This border spawn peak where I walk out top east and I'm just fighting all of east spawn is actually safe, and it would actually be good if I just, you know, did not decide to keep fighting this. Like, I am an idiot for this, but if I just picked up my shield and walked my ass back into the building, this would have been for free, and I would have stalled the attackers onto the spot, or at least forced them to choose a significantly worse path for like 20 to 40 seconds, which in the higher levels of the game, roaming is all about wasting time. Every second shaved off the clock that disrupts the attackers off their initial positions, and actually I can see what kind of push, what kind of ops they have, that's free fucking info for me. It all contributes. And, you know, this clubhouse position, right? I mean, I know I opened it at the start of the round to go for the spawn peak with my teammate on garage door, which I'll get into how teammate coordination makes us broken later, but this will be opened anyways, and then Clash holding down this area can just constantly spot out and fight the breach and go outside and fight garage door, and then also in comp rotate onto the top of garage rafters. Like if there was a standing rotate on rafters, I could also move there, I could move over here. I actually think in Pro League, if it's not banned, which I think will be banned like almost 100% of the time, this will be like the most picked operator on one, like this site in particular on border, and also on the Chalet spot before. Like I just go outside, go on the plat, I downed a guy earlier. I mean, oh my god, it's ridiculous. I think it's actually viable. And multi-time world champion Pangu, we actually got in a bit of a discussion about this on Twitter because he disagrees. He thinks all you gotta do to counter her is just ignore her, single crossfire, single soft util, or if working, if the enemy has bad spawns, you'd be gambling at all of that, as you know. And to that I say, okay, you're doing all this to get out of spawn. You're setting up a crossfire, burning soft util, rotating your teammates around to help you to get out of spawn. Like I eventually die in this clip, but look what it took to kill me. And just imagine if I just decided to play it safe and just get back in the building after scaring them for a little bit. Like I'm playing like a moron, right? I'm in the most I'm in the most unwinnable situation for myself. But like the fact that I'm able to get away with the one for one here is the issue. That's the issue, right? Like look at this cafe run out from me. I'm just trapping white spawn. These guys are terrified. They're just sitting in spawn by themselves because this spawn is isolated from the other side. On the other side of the map, I have a teammate spawn peeking the river dock store to make sure they can't rappel up the other side of the building. They smoked this glass, smoked himself, and they're smoking me to get out of spawn. They're smoking me to get out of spawn. And they have to wait till their teammate runs up to the roof so that they can get out of spawn. And even then, because I have a teammate with me guarding the other side of the map, he kills the guy rappelling river docks. This guy rappels over the roof, and I have a teammate with me. And he's able to just jump out and get that kill. And oh my god, a Twitch goes through the building to try to kill me. So the conversation continues. Pangu's essentially saying that some spawns on Chalet are just blatantly trolling. He's talking about this spawn? Okay, let's check out the other one. This is the campfire spawn on Chalet. If I walk down this side of the building, I get out of this guy. I get out of this run out. If I try to go up the rock, well, I could just die to the guy peeking the solar windows. If I run down the left side of the rock, well, there's a trophy window spawn peek, as well as the run out from the door, the pixel you can hold on this, as well as the run out from the garage. Like this is a spawn peek I do all the time in ranked. This is the other spawn on Chalet. I walk on the spawn on the right side, and there's a hop out from that window all the way over there. There's this window right here. Like, I'm an attacker, so I can't punch a barricade, but like you make a slit on this window. This is one of the most popular spawn peaks in the game. Everyone above like gold knows it. Okay, say I try to walk onto the left side of the building. Well, there's this window, there's this window, there's this window, there's West Main window. Like these are common spawn peaks. I see SSG pros love, like Ashen loves doing both these spawn peaks all the time. Relatively speaking, the rock actually is the safest spawn in Chalet, and even if the other spawns are better. The fact that Clash just made Pangu say that a new spawn is unviable because of one operator, an entire attacker spawn is unviable. Think about that. Okay, so I respond with that, and then he said, okay, one soft util and it's gone. And you could do the same before the rework, right? Like before we still had spawn traps, you could do the same with Clash before the rework. Well, no, because doing before the rework, you would need another person to do this bullshit with you. For example, on Cafe, I could place this shield outside River Docks and essentially trap these guys in their spawn and forbid them from leaving, potentially have a guy ready to run out off my pings and support me, and for the people spawning over here to rappel up this angle to try to come get me and punish me, well, here's another Pro League common angle to literally deny these repels. This is a common thing. You can always do this from White Window as well. The difference between doing this with 2 people as opposed to 3, or 3 people as opposed to 4 is huge. It's literally 20% of your team. Another man more or less is actually insane. Like for Clubhouse Plat, all I have to do is tell my editor, who's not even like that good at the game, to just play really aggressive on Plateau over here. Zoom in on Dapper. This is you going crazy. And look, bing, bang, boom. I mean, we just sit outside that building, and I one-tap a guy in spawn, and Dapper eats up on his own kills from garage door, and this also, guess what, negates a lot of things like Nomad, for example. If I have a semi-competent teammate with me, he can just shoot the Nomads. He can just shoot the Nomads off the ground for me. He could like throw them eyes for me. He could do things for me that are so hard to deal with the moment I have just even one more teammate with me holding a different angle. But I want to highlight the second message in this thread where Pangu says Clash Outside isn't going to be a thing, in my opinion. A lot of other figures in the community kind of have the same thing. It's going to be nothing burger when it hits live build. No one's actually gonna do it because, once again, remember, this was a test server, right? There's no way they would let this monstrosity go to live build, right? Well, they did, and live build dropped a couple days ago. And well, you know, Clash just going outside Villa, just, you know, look at this guy. Good luck, man. Good luck. Good luck. Nothing you could do in that scenario. Here's a tweet from a former Challenger League player, Alex PRS, saying, Clash is a really balanced operator. I mean, yes. This is now live build. This is the upper ranks and live build. He's contesting all outside the building right now. Theme park. Let's put it down on Dragon Balcony and just sit here. And they cannot leave bumper car spawn unless they go the long way around. Let's really, really fair. And then we're gonna get back into the building because, you know, guess what? It's a perfectly safe spawn peak. And then just do it all over again. I mean, that guy had no chance. If you want to take out your data, break my shield, great. I still got the kill on you. I still win a piece of my util for all your lives. Tweet got 2,000 likes. Wow, that's got even more likes than mine. Holy. But alas, I think people are right. I think Clash spawn peaking is not going to be really that big of a thing because at the end of the day, Clash is going to be most broken in the late round of the game where she could be absolutely detrimental, wrap around the enemy and get just like a backstab, put the shield down, just be a perma mirror while the enemy is out of util. Especially if you're pairing her with like Jaeger, who can now catch Capita bolts and everything, by the way. Pairing her with util, playing in the middle of the game, playing power spots, playing the late round of the game, having that shield up. Like, look at this, man. I put the shield down, I'm shocking the Blackbeard, and I just stick the defuse, and then boom, he's slowed, he can't do shit. I just 1v2. Insane in the late round of the game, right? I think this is where Clash is absolutely the most detrimental. So for the reason of people not wanting to waste their shield like an idiot like I do and all these other spawn peaks, I think people are right. I think people are absolutely correct. It will not be that common in spawn peaks. However, just because she's insane late game and only like able to go 1-for-1 in the early game going for a spawn peak, the issue isn't that this is an actual good thing to do. The issue is that even if it isn't, it just shouldn't be plausible. I think it goes against every single game core design philosophy to have a defender able to reasonably run into attacker spawns and go 1-for-1. I mean, look at this clip. I'm literally just sitting outside the building, and then when this ace eventually decides to come out of spawn and try to ignore me, I just chase him down. Like, I played this awfully myself, but the fact that it's even plausible, the fact that it's even possible for a defender to just sprint all the way and clear an attacker spawn, that's even a thought, is insane. Because remember, this is the patch that they took out aiming down sights while dropping from the game. I just tried to aim down sights here. They took this out so that the game would remove this core mechanic because they don't want defenders running out. They don't want defenders contesting outside the building. The whole point is to keep them in the building. So the fact that I could even like run out as Clash here, you know, take a quick look over at jewelry spawn on bank, just one tap this guy, bada bing bada boom, that guy's dead, and just call it a day. Even if it's not advantageous for the Clash in the long run, I just don't think it should be physically possible. And obviously people can say, oh, set up a crossfire, do this, do that, it play perfectly. If you play perfectly, okay, bro, it's ranked, right? Like, people are gonna mess up. Champion players are gonna go for this stuff. Like, golds and platinums are gonna go for these type of spawn peaks, and not your entire team's not gonna coordinate to fucking perfect clear this Clash from outside the building every single time. Not to mention she's even better once she gets back indoors and you have to waste util to get out of spawn. I just don't think that's a part of something that aligns with Siege game philosophy and should be in the game at all. This is not something consistent with what the developers want. This is not something consistent with what the game's vision should be. It's still being done on main build, and at the end of the day, the worst part is people aren't considering one factor. It's like, oh, just use a God Six, just use a nade, just do this, just do that. Bro, Clash doesn't even have to put down her shield. I can just run outside and keep my shield up, and as long as I have it up, I'm terrifying the enemies. Right? I'm always a piece of pressure. I can always put it down. I'm always a threat. And if I have teammates, all the better. Right? That guy just runs out freezer and gets the refrag on because I just have teammates. I didn't even need to put my shield down there. If I have a slightly competent teammate that can aim, I have a permanent camera on this person, and it's like the same effect that Montaigne has, except I can turn into a fucking mobile mirror. Right? I just call out people. I'm just a permanent pressure, and there's always the threat. You can never turn, especially inside the building too. You can never turn your back against me. You can never ever turn your back against me because I can always become a mobile gun threat, no matter where you are. All that util stuff that people were saying, oh, just use Nomad, just use Clash, just use Cappy Down, just use God Six, just use nades. I never have to put my shield down. I never do, and I can have teammates with me, and you never would know, and I can put down my shield down at any time, but I never have to. I can just walk back in the building, and you just took out your util for no reason and waited 15 seconds to spawn for no reason, and I just walked back into the building for absolutely free. So at the end of the day, I love CJX. 10 years with this game, man. I am so incredibly grateful. It made me my life, my everything. I love it, and it's because I love it so much that I posted those initial clips that went viral about spawn peeking on Clash because I wanted something to be done about it, man. I knew this would be a thing. Even if it isn't a thing, the operator's still just insane, in my opinion. I know there's a lot of counters, but I mean, those counters, they're just super avoidable in the context of what practically goes on in the game. I want to be a bridge between what predictably will happen at the higher level of the game. I want this game to be better, but everything else in CJX has been absolutely phenomenal. And the devs are some of the most talented devs out there, so please don't send hate, but let's just keep spreading the message so that our game keeps moving towards a better place. Hope you like rant videos like these. Love you guys. See you.